Mike Owens with Inside Fighting here. Always a pleasure to be joined by Gilbert Durinho Burns, who returns to action next Saturday night facing Sean Brady. Gilbert, always a pleasure, my man. How are things with you today?
My pleasure, bro. Yeah, everything good. Almost time, so I'm excited.
How are your emotions ahead of your return?
Uh, Normal, nothing new. I know the work is always almost done. Still got a couple more things to adjust a little bit to get sharp, but work is almost done. I'm excited to be back there. Main event in the Apex, Sean Brady. Yeah. Uh, Emotions are like getting ready to a fight, to a war.
You mentioned the Apex there. I cannot believe the UFC have put a Gilbert Burns fight without a crowd. That is blasphemous, Gilbert. But the big difference with the Apex is obviously the size of the cage. Do you think the
Yeah.
smaller cage is an advantage or a disadvantage going into this fight?
I love, I love the for sure I like the big arenas, but I think for that moment right now it'd be good to fight in the Apex, not a lot of not a busy weekend, not a crazy weekend, and a lot of crazy interviews, all day interviews. So you'll be a little bit more chill, training the PI, relax a little bit, get the weight down. I think it's gonna be a good fight weekend. Then yeah, we're gonna have a small cage. I like it, to be honest. And we're both grapplers, we're both you kind of like a lot of things that we do is kind of like very similar. Yeah, I like that zone. I don't care, but I like it that it's more cage too. Yeah,
When you and Sean, as you mentioned, are both fantastic grapplers, and know that you have high level striking as well. But we often see when we see two grapple based fighters square off, we do sometimes see the fight not go to the ground, and you guys strike it out for 25
yeah.
minutes. Where do you see the majority of this fight taking place?
Uh, I don't know. To be honest, I think we're gonna do a little bit of everything. I think we're gonna grapple. I think we're gonna strike a little bit. He's gonna for sure. We're gonna clinch each other. Uh, We'll see. Maybe he'll be able to defend my takedowns, and maybe I'll be able to defend his takedowns, and if I stay a little bit more on the feet. Uh, yeah, but I think we're gonna do a little bit of everything. That's my thought. I think we're gonna grapple. I think we're gonna wrestle. We're gonna clinch. We're gonna punch each other. I think it's gonna be a good fight.
When you look at Sean, do you feel like he needs the takedown in order to have success in this fight, or how, when you've studied him in preparation, or what have you made of his striking ability?
No, he actually hits hard. He get a couple good knockdowns. He get good kicks, not a lot of kicks, but he got good kicks, good front kicks. Boxing is good, like a couple good left hooks. That's his main thing. Couple good right hands. Good defense. I think he's overall good. He doesn't depend. I don't know, but my opinion is I don't think he only depends on the grappling. I think he's a good fighter.
Mm. It must be nice, Gilbert, going into a fight knowing that this guy is going to try and take it to the ground at some point. I mean, I was looking through your record before we jumped on, and I was just seeing striker, striker, striker. So it must be nice that there is, in at least in your mind, the chance that this fight can go to the ground, and you can finally, for once, show us what you can do on the mat.
I'm excited. He's a black belt from Daniel Gracie. Daniel Gracie is a very tough jiu-jitsu. He knows a lot about jiu-jitsu. Good MMA coach. Uh, yeah, I think his level on the grappling is very high too, and I'm excited. So I'm here to fight the best guys in the world to become a champion. So he's another great fighter that I'm facing. So I'm pretty excited about that.
We'll be back to the interview in just a second, but first and foremost, college football is finally back, and Inside Fighting have partnered with DraftKings to bring you an incredible new offer. New DraftKings customers who bet $5 will receive $200 in bonus bets instantly, just by signing up using promo code Inside Fighting. Enjoy!
About that.
I know that I consider you a friend in this game, so I might be slightly biased, but I think we can call you a legend of the welterweight division at this point. So my question to you
Yeah.
is, do you like fighting other quote unquote legends, or do you prefer the likes of the JDM and the Sean Brady matches that we've seen for you this year? These are up and comers who are trying to make a name for themselves.
Thank you first, but yeah, At the moment, I need the I want to get a win. You know, he's a tough one. I need to get back to the win column. But the biggest fights are always the best fights. You know that's when you like the motivation to train. Everything's like it's kind of like I don't know. It takes a little bit more of you. You know, this fight, I for sure I want to get back to get another win, but I'm coming from two losses, a little bit more pressure. You know, it's not the the best feeling. You know, when you know it's man that it's a title fight. You know that guy's a legend. I think that's a different feeling, but I still put in a lot of work for this fight. He's a tough dude. Like JDM, it was he's that tough too. But yeah, the legend fights are like, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. But in order to that happen, I gotta do my homework. You know, I gotta beat this guy, do it in a good fashion, and then I think we're gonna have some big fights on the horizon after that.
You mentioned there in your answer saying that you feel a little bit more pressure going into this one, based upon the last couple of losses. Do you feel like maybe your
Yeah.
back's against the wall in terms of what you need in this win to carry on, to
Uh,
get to where you want to get to?
a little bit, a little bit. It's the first time in my career that I got two losses back to back. So for sure, there's a little bit of pressure. It's always a pressure, and we all fighters kind of learn how to deal with that. But it's that first time that I come from two losses. I felt sitting down on the couch right here talking to you, I have no pressure right now. But when I'm training and getting to 5 weeks, getting there, I know it's going to be a little bit of pressure. And but I'm ready for it, you know. And I think it's a good matchup, and I'm excited for this fight, for my preparation, for the improvement that I made, you know, the experience that I gained, and ready to execute all that on September 7th.
I know that all losses hurt in the sport, but your last fight against Jack Della Maddalena, a very back and forth fight, a fight that you were up in until the
Yeah.
tides changed. So I know that there's no good way to lose, quote unquote, but is there any positives that you can take from your last performance in March? And if so, how do you reflect overall on that fight?
I always reflect on the fights. You know, winning or losing is always a lot of learning, is a lot of reflection. It's I go through all the process, you know, to all the preparation, to all the weight cuts and nutrition and everything that we work in the camp and watch the fight. I wasn't. I think one thing that I wasn't as happy was my striking. He was able to shut down my striking and get me kind of thinking about that a lot and being resistant and kind of making me working more my grappling. That was one thing. But the grappling was good. His defense was great. It was kind of easy to swallow. It wasn't that hard, you know. I think until I lost, I was winning until I lost, you know.
Hmm.
So uh, he's a warrior, you know. Jack Maddalena did a great job with the knee, finding that great time, great knee, great place, it finish the good ground and pound, and that was his night, you know. So I think I did a lot of things good, but I wasn't excellent with the things that I was speaking to do the timing. I think that shot, the last shot was a little bit of desperation shot, and it was a bad for me, no setups. And especially with him, he was fighting both stance, you know. At that moment, his stance was very out of scramble, I lost position. When I got up, he was orthodox, you know, and then I went to with my head down. But most of the time he was southpaw. So for the southpaw was a good shot, but at the moment he was in a different stance. So it was a small mistake. And another thing too, I didn't throw hands before I go to a takedown was just a pure shot. Yeah, little for sure, little corrections, little things that I reflect on. But kudos to the guy, you know, that was a beautiful technique, and I'm a fan of martial arts, so I think that was a beautiful technique, perfect timing. It is what it is. No shame in that for me.
No, 100%. And thank you so much for your honesty in your assessment of that fight. Sean has the one loss in his record. It's to the champion, Belal Muhammad. Bilal's only TKO victory on his current winning streak. When you look at your fight with Sean, do you feel like you need to finish Sean in a similar fashion to the way Belal did in order to impress and get yourself back up in the division? Or is it just about getting that W no matter what?
I never thought about that, to be honest. Just asking now, and I'm thinking, but it's a different style, Like he's very. I think Bilal's been looked impressive so far. The way he beat Leon Edward was amazing, and I don't know. That's a good question. I think if I go with that and finishing better than Bilal, maybe I have a little argument, but I still think because two losses, he still needed one more win. But yeah, and I didn't thought about that, but yeah, that's nice. I like that.
Thank you, Gilbert. I'm planting good
Mhm.
thoughts in your head. That's what we like.
Mhm.
UFC 304, we obviously saw a new champion in Belal, as I've just mentioned. I know that you were one of the few guys who were actually predicted Belal to get the victory. So, just your overall reaction to the last welterweight title fight in your division.
As I was studying the fight and try to put a breakdown on my channel,
Mm,
I on the before start looking, I thought Leon was gonna win. But then when I started digging deep, like watching more the fights and studying both of the guys, uh, I was kind of going more to Belal side, just because the way he fights, he adapts. If you look at the fight, he fought Sean Brady the one way, he fought Vicente look at the different way, he fought me on a different
mm,
way. He fought Wonder Boy a completely different way. So every time he adapts for the fighter. And then he has a great team behind him. And when I kind of saw that, I say, you know what? For Bilal, in order to beat Leon, he got to make a dog fight. He got to be on the inside, mixing the boxing with takedowns, do a dirty boxing. And and I say, okay, he got to fight like who? I say, okay, he got to fight like Khabib. And then when I saw he was around Khabib and all that with Islam, that's when I say, okay, he's gonna beat Leo. He can't fight that way because he adapts, and then he's training with the guy, and then he when I was about to do the breakdown, that was 2 3 weeks before the fight. Khabib set the whole game plan for me. Okay, I said, okay, that's what he's gonna do, and then I think he stay on the distance, on the striking distance, on the long distance with Leo will be a hard fight, but he knows that too. And then he's trying to Khabib helping him and say, okay, he's gonna do it. He's gonna be on the inside closing, using the wrestling, taking this guy down. And like Kamar did on the second fight, on the first fight, yeah, I think he's gonna win. That's when I'm like, okay, he's gonna win there. So I will watch him more a little bit looking, but I think that's the why, because he adjusts. Depends the fighter that he fights a little bit different, but I know that style he could done. He could do it, And then he fought amazing. The guy fought great. Went out there, had his moment, went all the way in the enemy territory and capitalized the belt. And yeah, I kind of saw that coming.
mm. Do you think Belal Muhammad becoming welterweight champion is a good thing for the division?
I do believe so because Bilal has the same intentions that I have.
Mm,
That solidify him as a champion. That don't be picking and choose. Don't I want to go down. I want to move up. I want no. He's gonna fight the number one contender. He's gonna stay busy. He wants to kind of be the best welterweight. That's the same mentality he had. Me getting that belt, I'm gonna stay busy. I'm gonna face the next guy as quick as possible. If I have injury, I need to heal up. But if I not have an injury, I'm gonna be an busy champion. I think he has the same intention, and I like. I think he's not done yet, but I think he's fighting Shavkat in December. That's what kind of people thinking, people
mm.
talking. December, January. I think whenever he's ready, I think he's facing Shavkat.
Because it feels like the two names he could potentially defend against are either Shavkat, who probably is most deserving, and then Kamaru, who I know there's a little bit of back and
Yeah,
forth on Twitter. You feel
hmm
like Shavkat deserves the shot over Usman?
for sure. I think Kamar is coming for what 3 losses.
Yes.
One knockout, and then lost to Leo, the trilogy, and then lost to Hamza. So yeah, even though he was the pound for pound, number one for for kind of a good period, but it's comes from true losses, for sure. And we need to see this guy fighting a little bit, see if he's really is back, see what's going on. But yeah, I think Shavkat is gonna be next. Probably Kamaru, he's up there. Jack Maddalena is up there. Ian Gary, me, Widow Williams I'm gonna be up there too. So yeah, we gotta kind of we you still gotta make one more fight. I think Shavkat is a little bit step ahead, even though his last fight was Water Boy, but the win streak is crazy. 16 and 0, 16 finishes, 17 maybe, I don't know. But yeah, crazy number. Yeah, I think he's for the next. But yeah, I think the other guys we all gotta work.
I know that in the lead up to Leon's fight beat with Belal being announced, I know that Leon's coach did an interview where he said that he would rather fight you than Belal, which I remember causing some headlines. I know that you're not looking past Sean next Saturday, but do you feel like that could be a potential fight we could see with a big
Yeah,
win? Leon Edwards versus Gilbert Burns?
for sure. Me beating and I will beat me after I beat Sean. You gotta be a big fight, even those legend fights that you're talking about, you gotta be Kamaru, Leon Edwards, or Kobe. Those are the names that I'm calling out after that fight. And then because with a win over any one of these guys, title shots next. So that's still the goal. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Go out there, get a finish on Sean Brady, get the Mike, Kobe, Leon, or Kamaru. Let's make that happen this summer.
Is there one person you haven't fought in the welterweight division, another legend like yourself, who you go before it's all over, me and him have to dance?
Yeah. I gotta do the rematch with Belal for sure. Uh, Especially I hope he's still the champion when I make that happen. But yeah, I gotta do the rematch with Kamaru. Kobe, he shows up, and Leon Edwards, just because Leo is a former champ. Like, and I respect all these guys. These guys put in work. So yeah, I would love these fights way better than the new upcoming guys coming. But yeah, these fights are the ones that I still want to make.
Couple more from me, Gilbert, and thank you for the time. I have to ask you about another Legends fight, and this is including our good friend or our mutual friend Vicente Luque, who was supposed to
Mm.
fight Nick Diaz at the start of the month. Unfortunately, that was cancelled due to undisclosed reasons. So it feels like the fight is still on. We just don't have a date. So when do you think we see Vicente square off against Nick?
I don't know. I hope soon. I think they're gonna catch on the next pay-per-view here in the US. I think I don't know. I'm not sure one of the reasons, but I know they don't let like use smoke weed in Abu Dhabi. I
Yes.
think that was one of the reasons. That's kind of jail time in there. And the big travel too. Nick's that guy that doesn't fight as much, shows up on the division above and make you guys change on the fight week. That's a fight that I like for Vicente, but very risky, when you take these fights that the guy might pull out, something might happen. I don't like that feeling. But I think when's the next one here is gonna be.
We have Noche next month, and then we have Salt Lake City in October.
Yeah, I think that's our league series. I think they fighting over there. I mean I hope, I hope they fight over there. Otherwise, Vicente might wait a lot. I don't want him to wait that much. But yeah, I hope it happens in Salt Lake City.
I caught up with Vicente and Gregory while they were over here for Gregory's fight in Manchester, and Vicente had a lot of
Nice.
excitement for that fight. You feel the similar excitement. He gets that Nick Diaz
Yeah,
name on his record. That's a big
for
thing for him.
sure. Yeah, that's a legendary fight, especially Nick being for sure Nick's kind of like retired, coming back, whatever. But the guy's still the name. You still have the hype, still have all the following, all the fans. Yeah, I think, especially Vicente, I don't think they're gonna grapple. I think it's gonna be a
Mm.
stand-up war. I think the fans gonna like it, everybody's gonna like it. And yeah, I like it. I don't love it. I think you need to get back to a win and fight a great striker in the division, but I like the fight.
100%. Well, I like this fight that you're in next Saturday, Gilbert. Last question from me. Give me a walkthrough of your perfect fight day. So I'd like to know on September 7th, as you envisage it, what happens when you wake up in the morning to when you go to sleep at night.
Oh, I'm gonna wake up feeling great. You know, wake up will be easy. I'm gonna have a lot of energy. Wake up, get a little breakfast with the family. Family's gonna be there with the team. Then we do a little shakeout, easy shakeout. You know, nothing too crazy, but get the body loose, get a little sweat going, do a little strategy. Grappling, wrestling, pads a little bit sparring. Then go rest, get a food. Uh, Chill a little bit with the team, with the family. Maybe take a nap. I always try to take a little nap, you know, and then maybe stretch a little bit, recover a little bit, relax, chill, get a snack, start getting ready, pack, go to the Apex, get a good warm up. Make sure I always have my routine, follow my routine, do a nice warm up over there, go out there and get a quick finish, first or second round, knockout or submission or TKO. Get the mic, call these guys out, do my interviews after, go have a nice food with the family, with the team, and yeah, go watch the fight again, like maybe 4 or 5 times before they go to sleep, and then rest with the family. Next day we fly back home. That's it.
I love it. Well, Gilbert, it's always good catching up. It really is. Everyone in Liverpool loves Gilbert because I know how well you were treated when we got to spend some time while you
Yes.
were over here. Thank you so much for the time as always, and have a great and safe rest of camp, and best of luck for the fight.
Thanks so much, man.